What's up, you guys? It is ZacJacDan here with Mancave Collectible Reviews.
What is up? What is up?
And my son, Zack Legend.
How's it going?
So we got some pretty frustrating topics to talk about tonight with the state of the toy hunting game and kind of what we've been running into out there, and kind of hoping to see what you guys have been running into out there hunting in the wild as well. We're also going to do, of course, some reveals of the week, so we'll talk about that as well, and we'll talk about what's been going on with our lives lately. I've been trying to read and catch up on some of the X-Men Dawn of X stuff. Have you? Did you get into any of that, Mancave?
No, man, I haven't gotten into any of that stuff yet.
So, guys, I wanted to talk to you in the chat here. Welcome to the stream here. Starting off with Collectible Warrior, Damien, Jersey Geek, Hero 702, X Ryan R, and Pinkleton. Guys, appreciate y'all joining us, and definitely throw some comments in the chat tonight. We would definitely want to be talking about some of the topics and how you feel about the subject we're going to be talking about as well. Mancave, what have you been reading lately? You been reading anything?
Let's see. What was the last thing I read? I've been reading some of the hardback deluxe IDW TMNT stuff. Read some of that off and on. The huge He-Man omnibus I got, that'll take me half the year to read.
Is that the little mini comics?
It's the main series, and then there's minis in it. No, I've got a mini comic as well that has all the mini comics in it. Got that. Matter of fact, that's right over here behind me somewhere.
So this is the actual the newer stories.
This is the newer stories, and it's got
really good. I read all those.
Yeah, they're very good. I got some of it ties in some of the old stuff as well, kind of in the omnibus. It kind of brings in a little bit of everything, but yeah, it's got the whole storyline for the old stuff or for the new stuff. So
we also got Ben Bragg, Noni, and Jacob joining us here. Hero, what do we feel about the Shang-Chi wave already showing up in Targets? We're definitely hunting for it because I want to definitely get that Mr. Hyde.
You guys are buying the Shang-Chi wave, right?
We need Mr. Hyde, so
Mr. Hyde pretty much.
But you guys aren't really that interested in the movie figures necessarily?
Definitely not. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Of course, subject we're going to talk about is the trailer tonight. If hopefully everybody watch the trailer. Did you get to see the trailer yet, Mancave?
I have not. I'll be watching it for the first time.
So they showed off the, what's his name? Death Dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And he actually looks pretty cool. They showed off the, I don't know his name, but he's the Mandarin. I don't know his name in the movie. Wenwu. And then they showed off Aquafina's character as well. And they showed some of the moves for Shang-Chi himself in the trailer. And they showed off, who's the guy with the blades? Razor Fist.
So it looks good. Are you saying it looks good?
I'm saying there's aspects of it that look good. It's nowhere near the quality of like a fight movie like the Mortal Kombat whenever we saw it.
Yeah.
I think it was great. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think I'm more excited about Mortal Kombat still, but I feel like, once we get closer to seeing Shang-Chi, it's coming out in September, so we still have a while to see more trailers and whatnot. But yeah, I'm already pretty excited for it.
Yeah, Pinkleton, if you hadn't read that, I'm thinking that's what Mancave is reading, but that DC He-Man storyline was so good.
Yes, that's exactly what I have. Yeah.
Jacob, we hadn't seen the movie, no, just the trailer. The movie doesn't come out until September. So I felt like when Zack first watched the Suicide Squad trailer, he was like very disappointed, right? We talked about that. and I loved it. Right, so I made him watch it again on a bigger screen. He's like, "Wait a minute, this is really good."
Yeah.
So I was hoping that whenever I watch the Shang-Chi trailer for the second time, I would actually think, "Okay, this is really good," but it's a little lackluster for me.
Okay.
You'll have to see it later.
Yeah, I'll check it out later.
But you guys in the chat, you guys, some of you guys say it was good. Yeah, we're going to talk about the 4th set of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 and the price that it's going to be going for on the aftermarket.
Already going for on the aftermarket.
Already, yep.
Yeah. I'm with Pinkleton. I'm still in love with Godzilla versus Kong.
That was a great movie.
Yeah. We'll have to see if Mortal Kombat might could dethrone it as my favorite movie in a while.
I hope so.
I think it will destroy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the movie is half as good as the trailer, it's going to be a fantastic movie.
Oh, yeah.
I hope it's not one of these movies where the greatest moments were in the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then we're just kind of like, what in the world? What's this other?
I don't feel like we saw any of the finish him type scenes.
We didn't. Probably
in the trailer, so
we can't really show them in the trailer, probably. But
yeah,
I saw an interview with the director, and he said they're plenty and they're bloody. So
yeah. I mean, they're definitely going to be doing justice to the fans. I know they're definitely trying to just go straight off of, all that Mortal Kombat lore and try to put it into a film. So
yeah, let's see. Is that Friday? Does it come out the 23rd?
23rd, yeah.
So yeah,
that's this Friday, right? So will it drop Thursday night at 12:01? I guess that technically
it's not been 12:01. It's been like 3 something in the morning, whenever they usually drop.
Okay, it drops in the morning at 3 something.
Fatality. Yeah. That's my word. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
So I actually talked to a Target guy the other day, and as I have been calling Targets lately since COVID started, there's a new message on there that says, "Don't ask our employees over the phone if we have product." Right?
For inventory, yeah.
Exactly. So this guy said, "No, just ignore that message. Just call the Targets and go to option 2 for the or whatever option it is for the for that department."
Yeah.
And ask them.
Our buddy Talisac, he's not in here. He's normally in the chat, and maybe he'll show up at some point tonight. But me and him communicate on Instagram a good bit, as he's a local guy, and he kind of gives me the heads up on a lot of stuff. He calls all the time and gets information. So apparently, maybe I'm sure you could get the wrong person on the phone and then be like, "Hey, we don't give inventory over the phone." But it sounds like for the most part, people try to help you out.
Well, just like whenever you're in person, there's a lot of people in there that say I don't give inventory in person either. So
yeah, that's true.
Zach, when is the Venom 2 movie coming out? Is that this year, or they move it back to next year?
I don't even know anymore. I really don't. I mean, things are changing so much with COVID and release dates. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think that one got pushed back.
I think it did too.
Jacob is saying Venom and Carnage can turn giant. I don't know about that. I don't know if they can really turn giant, can they?
They can go fairly big. I mean, it's the
big,
same. It can.
I guess it depends on what your version of a giant is, Jacob.
So what I'm going to assume is if we called Target and gave them the DPCI, then they have no question of. But the problem is usually they have that it's not actually in their stock for these NECA turtles.
Right. NECA is separate inventory. That's why they always say never rely on the Target app for your NECA inventory levels. It is pretty much always wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, definitely. All right, so we're going to talk about the state of the toy hunting game. But first off, before we do that, I'm going to jump into some of the reveals of the week, just so we can have something else to talk about before we get into that big subject. Like some other people jump into the chat with us here too, and hopefully you guys will be excited about this stuff as well. But again, as always, I do the top 10 best toy reveals of the week. So if you guys hadn't seen that video, go check it out to see all the reveals. I'm just going to kind of go over some of the highlights. But this was the big one for me this week. This was the pre-order from the NECA store itself. And, they teased us with Ace Duck back in December with their 12 days of downloads. Mm-hmm. So he was on this poster here along with the frogs.
Yep. And I think we saw the frogs hitting. A guy sent me a picture on Instagram today of the frogs sitting in the NECA section.
Yep.
in North Carolina.
North Carolina too.
Yeah. So, hey, Noni, hold on to that question. That is a good question, but either hold on to it or retype it here in a little bit because we do want to answer that question.
You were mentioning, Mancave, that you think that maybe next week's could be Chrome Dome for the exclusive.
You know, look at that. Look at what they've teased with us. I would say we're pretty certain the Frogs are not going to get a pre-order. Why would they pre-order 2 of them and then 2 of them hit out, right? That wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I could see the Frogs getting a pre-order down the road. I just don't see them doing a drop and a pre-order at the same time.
Yep.
Chrome Dome, it's a deluxe. It just makes sense. You know, it's either going to be Chrome Dome or April. It's going to be one of the other.
I feel like they want to surprise us.
You think they'll give us something completely out of the ordinary? I mean, that's
what they did with the fact we got Mutagen Man we had no idea about, and the Pizza Monster.
They're just dropping so much new stuff. I just can't imagine they want to just blow it all right here, right now. Like they're giving us. But I saw a tweet from NECA the other day. They said there is 10 more movie reveals, TMNT movie reveals to come in 2021.
Wow,
that was a tweet from NECA 2 days ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be putting a bunch of turtles out. I'll tell you that much.
There's going to be a lot. I mean, what in the world? What 10 movie reveals would there be? I mean, they must be going.
Unless they go Samurai with the turtles, maybe.
I mean, they could, but
oh my gosh, surely not. They could though. Yeah. I mean, that could be 4 of the 10 right there. Would be TMNT 3. That would disappoint a lot of people.
So, Mancave, your first impression on this whenever it first showed up is like, where's his wings?
That was the first question I asked you when you sent me the picture. Yeah.
So right away they said, yes, Ace will have his wings. So they redid the picture right away, but this was the original picture we got right here with them two, which I think Mutagen Man looks really good.
He literally looks like they took him off the cartoon. Now, I prefer the toy version. I think Super 7 absolutely destroyed the toy version and the king of Mutagen Men. But if you want to talk cartoon accuracy, this is perfect.
Yep. Hey, Action Figure Expert, what's up, man? I just saw one of your man, I shared it with Mancave as fast as I could. That army building you did with the Joes this week. Good gracious.
We both just sat there in awe staring at that picture.
Action Figure, tell me, how in the world do you find that many of the same figure? Like it's impossible for us to find one of something, let alone 300 of one figure.
Yeah, we were actually debating, or not debating. Me and Dan were actually trying to discuss, like, how does he do this? Does he purchase just like as soon as one hits on eBay, like he's grabbing it, or are you just like, do you have a deal with a toy shop and every time they get one, they call you? Like, how do you amass such a collection?
That's crazy. And if you guys aren't following Action Figure Expert on Instagram, man, he's got some amazing shots of his collection, and it is a massive collection. So here he is with the wings. Looks so much better. It looks good with the hat on too. If they'd have done a picture, I kind of rigged it on one of my pictures somewhere. I don't know where I put that. It must have been my cover art, I think. Yes, my cover art for my top 10 best toy reveals of the week.
You photoshopped the hat on him?
Yeah.
Okay. I missed that. I have to check it out.
Action Figure Expert, it was with the Joes in the snow. Yes, Chrome Dome is huge. He's going to be the biggest thing yet.
Yeah, he'll be bigger than Krang.
Yep. And I'm assuming that the Pizza Monster is bigger than Krang too.
I would have to assume so.
Yeah, I would think. I'm betting the Pizza Monster and Chrome Dome are fairly similar in height.
Mm-hmm. So it'd be interesting. How in the world are we going to get this head swap in here? That shield pop off, I wonder? I don't know.
You know, that's a good question.
And guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, I got little reels of these two guys singing some songs to you if you want to go see it. All right, this is kind of cool. This was that, and you're following these. You got a couple of these ordered, right?
I backed the Kickstarter on it. That dude right there looks amazing. It looks like something that should come out of it should be like one of Gorilla Grodd's like henchmen.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
They got a whole deluxe wave coming next that they're going to do a Kickstarter on.
I like that. But that's a stretch goal, right?
Yes, this is one of the stretch goals.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So, Noni, I ordered 3 of the Pizza Monsters.
Wait a minute. Damien said Chrome Dome is coming, Jacob. He's up for pre-order. I don't think Chrome Dome is up for pre-order yet. We're thinking he may go up for pre-order. That's what we were saying.
For older figures like GI Joes from the 80s, the trick he used to be yard sales, that's Action Figure Expert says, flea markets and eBay years ago, a sort of different thing today there. Man. But yeah, guys, get out there and check out Instagram for Action Figure Expert. He's got some cool stuff out there for his army building.
So Chrome Dome is up for pre-order in the UK?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So
Okay.
is that on the NECA website? So does that mean they got official images up on the NECA shop?
I'm going to find out here in a second. Anyway, I'm going to go past the Spiro here, but this is really cool. Their Kickstarter definitely was funded. They've gone past a bunch of the stretch goals. And there. This is a Shogun Master from Mattel. Giant Skeletor Shogun Master. So, not really caring for it. It's got those missiles on his legs, got skates on his feet.
Yeah, I'm not digging that one.
No.
But check this out. All right, there's the box. The box is, of course massive, too, because this will be about the size of a Sentinel, I guess. Check out him beside the original Castle Grayskull.
Wow. That's the new. That's actually the new Castle Grayskull, not the original.
Okay, cool. Same size, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes, same size.
See the painted door? Oh, how nicely the door's painted.
And you can't just type NECAstore.com. That ain't it.
It's not on there.
Okay. And then here's a nice shot of him with Battle Cat coming to get him with He-Man. So that's kind of cool. I mean, if you were going for a battle scene, minus the little tattoo thing on his belly. If
you're thinking like the Sentinel version of Masters of the Universe, then yeah, I guess that's kind of cool to think of it that way. I don't know. I'll pass on that one.
Well, Damien, I'm happy for the UK with them getting something before us. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I was actually really jealous because when you guys got your Hasbro Pulse UK, the Target exclusive Joes went up on that. And I was like, what? Why do y'all get it?
Yes, Jacob. That castle is for the Origins. It's actually part of the Origins line. It'll be releasing in like August on your online retailers, and it's already starting to pop up in Walmarts now. But if you want to pre-order it online, it's like August release.
So here's that Mr. Hyde we was talking about. That this is what we're actually going to be searching for with that Shang-Chi wave, and of course we'll take the Civil Warrior and the Tony Stark Iron Man as well. But all the MCU stuff will go up for sale because we're not going to care about it.
Yep.
But especially since this is up for pre-order yet anywhere, and it's already hitting Target stores, that's kind of nuts.
So would it be better for you guys just to buy the Build-A-Figure?
It may be, but I think there's plenty of MCU collectors out there that would want it.
Yeah.
The other figures too.
I've done what you guys are doing, and sometimes it doesn't always work out.
It doesn't. I sat on the Black Widow stuff forever.
Yeah. Yeah. And you end up selling the figures for $10 a piece. You could have just bought the Build-A-Figure for cheap.
Yeah. I think if we find it maybe out in the store, then maybe that'll be different. Maybe we'll pick that up. But
yeah,
if it goes over pre-ordered, we can get the Build-A-Figure by itself, then we might.
Exactly.
Right.
All right. So Pinkleton says, who would win, Raphael or Snake Eyes GI Joe?
Oh, y'all know who that would be.
Snake Eyes, right?
No. Come on, man. Nobody in the universe is beating Raph.
I think if you read the story, the newest story, then that's not true there, Mancave.
I've got confidence in Raph.
He can come back from the dead just like all the Marvel heroes do, right?
True. That's true. Donatello's done it like 3 times in the comics.
They keep on killing Donnie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they like to kill Donnie off.
Oh, gosh.
All right, so that's cool. I'm liking that. All right, so here's jumping into Shang-Chi. This is kind of my intro to the trailer. So a lot of you guys popped in there that you did like the trailer. I'm iffy on it. And maybe had I not seen the Mortal Kombat, I might have been more happy with it. But that's just my opinion, and we all have ours.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat has skewed.
Yes.
Has skewed a lot of trailers going forward.
So, Jacob, there are parts of the Joe Fix-It body that is the same as the Mr. Hyde, like the legs and feet are the same. But I don't know that anything else is.
I want to say the arms are.
They might be. The hands are definitely not.
No, the hands are definitely different.
I'm thinking this, Jacob, you're saying Ursa Major. Yeah, we're definitely getting that wave. Yeah, Mancave love his Raph, man. That's you know, is there anybody in the chat that specifically just collects one character? Because there's definitely collectors out there that are about just one character. Which is why this is why I started my channel the way I did, was to help those people to kind of complete what they're looking for with that one character, you know. So is anybody in here that just does one character? Probably not. We're probably all too OCD about the stuff and want to go widespread with everything.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like that.
What?
Just collect one character. Just totally kidding. Yeah. Being highly sarcastic.
Yeah.
So, you know, Pinkleton, I thought about that. And I watched the Netflix Iron Fist, and I didn't have as many problems with it as everybody else did. Zach, what do you think about Iron Fist?
I thought Iron Fist was great. It was my least favorite probably out of the shows.
Right.
But I still liked it a lot.
Mancave, what about you?
I appreciated it. I didn't dislike Iron Fist.
So it kind of, this Shang-Chi trailer kind of gave me a little resemblance to what I felt with the Iron Fist, I think. But I thought they were good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not excited about the wave, but here's something else, Zach. Talk about this and what is going on with this.
Well, this is, I guess, Aquafina's character. I don't know, what's her name again?
Mulan.
Her name is Katie or Catty.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Mulan? You said Mulan, Mancave?
Hey, you know, Disney owns it all. Why not?
Yeah, but yeah, people have been finding this at their Targets. So it's gonna be a Target exclusive. So yeah, but it still has the April 25th street date. So if you find it in the store, you're probably not going to be able to buy it till then. I know this MCU collector, he found it, and they wouldn't let him purchase it. So.
Oh wow, okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like people have been saying this is at a $27 price point.
That's what gets me right there.
Say what?
$27 for a regular figure, but it does have a pack-in figure, some kind of a creature called Morris, whatever that's going to be.
Come on, man. They should equal this out. We get retro figures that are the same price as figures with Build-A-Figures. So I mean, retro carded back figures. So that they should do like Todd McFarlane. It's all the same across the board. Regardless.
Exactly.
Until
you put an extra head in there.
Yeah, I mean, you make more money on some figures, you make a little less on others, but you're not. Yeah. That's crazy.
I'm thinking that's not going to be. I don't know. I think that might be like a mistake or something, that it's just starting to hit Targets early and the price is wrong or something. And
so that was Target. It was 27, not GameStop.
Yeah,
because GameStop is known to jack the price up a little bit on Legends and stuff, $26.99 or whatever.
Yeah. Like I said, this is a Target exclusive.
Yeah, I'm like Noni. Give it a couple months. These things will be warming pegs everywhere for $27. They'll have to put them on clearance.
Big time. Hey, is that Danny's arrows? We can replace Danny's arrows if they're still wearing out.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
All right, so yeah, I'm passing on this one as well. I cannot believe this is a exclusive. But it's a famous actress, so
I just don't see that as a good choice. I don't know. I would have put that in the
wave.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What's up, Andre? Welcome.
All right. So here was a cool shot that I saw this week of the Unicron versus the HasLab Sentinel with the Master Mold head on it. So this is a nice size comparison showing off what we got going on, or what we will have going on when we get it. That's exciting to me.
Man, that Master Mold head looks good on that Sentinel right there.
It does. Zach, you still thinking we're not going to do that?
I don't know how I feel about it yet. I think I have to get it in hand.
Yeah, I think it's going to have to be Master Mold.
You guys have enough Sentinels to do it and pull it off.
Exactly.
Y'all have what, 3? Y'all have 3 regulars? Y'all got 2
Sentinels.
Yep. 2 Universe and a Toy Biz?
Yep.
So y'all could easily do it. If y'all posed them all together there, y'all could easily make that a cool looking little display.
Hey guys in the chat, when Hasbro decides and whoever decides that they're going to jack the prices up on us like this quick, how are you going to feel about it? Are you going to just let it sit on the shelves and not even do your pre-orders, not do anything with it? Or are you going to keep on going with purchasing this stuff? I know I've said up and down, if they go up any higher, then I'm done with it.
There you are.
Talisac says the frogs are out in Charlotte, calling all they were looking for.
Talisac. Hey, bud. Yeah, see, Talisac will call everybody, man. He's on it. Talisac, hit me up on Instagram when you find them, bud. Just try to find one that ain't an hour and a half away for me.
Yeah, Jerry, definitely wait for a sale. All right, so here's something up your alley, a masterpiece. Transformers. I think this one is the Skids. No, this is the Reboost.
I'm not real familiar with that character.
But it's cool. He's got that little scooter and the little invisible man that comes with him.
Yeah.
The scooter will hide in the back of the
I guess the invisible man is the hologram that the Transformers can do, I guess.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you got your blue Skids here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool there. That's probably one I would have picked up if I still collect the masterpiece there.
I got to blink some more. Man, I know. I got issues with that.
That's true. You do. You can't hold your eye. I would never go one-on-one staring contest with you.
Zach's even worse than I am.
I keep my eyes open for pretty long.
Holy smokes. It's a genetic thing.
Yeah, with the price hikes, buying your favorite might be the key also. But then again, we're completionists. So Damien, Mancave just picked up his older Toy Biz Sentinel finally. And I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say what I like better until I get it in hand. Definitely for the price, I can say that the other one is good. I think that the HasLab is really going to kill us with the fact they're going to keep on putting in higher and higher, or keep on putting out higher this higher price figure for us, and higher larger scale figure too, which kind of throws me off. So here's your Tamashii Nation SH Figure Arts Avengers movie stuff. Got the boxes there, and you got your Thor, Iron Man, and your Cap.
Those look good.
Those look really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only problem with SH, man, and I've pretty much sold off on my SH at this point, except for my Godzilla figures, but they're just so small. They're so small. They're supposed to be on a 6-inch scale, but they're small even compared to like Marvel Legends, like Cyclops. Besides that Iron Man, beside that Iron Man, Cyclops would be as big or bigger in Marvel Legend form than the SH Figure Arts Iron Man. Like, so you can't even really like intermingle them. Like Mayfex and Marvel Legends, you can intermingle.
Which you're doing, right?
Yeah, which I'm doing some. You can't really tell the difference. They're kind of the same size, but SH is just such a small scale, and maybe it's the true 6-inch scale. I don't know, but
so I'm hating this Captain America head sculpt though.
Who is that?
That's supposed to be Chris Evans.
Oh my word!
Yeah.
I think they just took the crown from McFarlane for worst face scan.
But I do like the battle damage and the dirty shield. They give you that option too. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
And then you got your flight stand. You can put them in flight poses here, so that's pretty awesome. Got your lasers out of the arms there.
Mm-hmm.
That effect right there looks really good. I wish the Legends did something like that. Thor and his hammer, got the lightning coming out of it.
Mm-hmm. Really
good representation of Chris Hemsworth.
It is.
Got the bendy wire cape. Got the hammer that'll spin too for you there. Yeah. All right, here's Hi-Ya Toys for you with the what is that called? Predator dog. Yep, Predator hounds from Hi-Ya Toys. I don't remember this.
Were they in the newest Predator movie?
No, because I've caught up to that. I've missed all the Alien versus Predator stuff though.
But you watched the new. There's some kind of dogs in new ones.
Yes, but these don't look like that.
Oh, okay.
Those are the ones that have like the spikes all over them.
The Predator Hounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not sure about these. These actually look like a Predator's hair.
Yeah, they do. And their like the forehead area looks like a Predator's forehead.
Hey, Jacob, which movie? So how many Sentinels have been made? Only one Sentinel from Toy Biz was made. And then you had, technically, you had 4 different releases of the Marvel Universe Sentinel. You had one that was SDCC. You had the blue one, the purple one, and then I think what color was the one that was released in the Amazon exclusive? Was it purple too?
I feel like that was more of a darker purple.
Yeah.
Was it silver and purple? Was that the silver and purple one or the purple and purple? I can't remember which one was which.
The SDCC and the Wolverine were purple. Predator 2018. I thought I saw that movie. Oh well.
Yeah, I swear I think that's the one they're from.
All right, so they teased with the NECA that we are getting now Bela Lugosi as Dracula, just showing off the other stuff that they revealed with the Frankenstein, the Mummy, and the Werewolf. So we hadn't seen the picture of what the Bela Lugosi Dracula is going to look like yet. Okay, this is a big one right here with the Legends. I think the Whoosh put this list out. And so with our Fantastic Four retro cards, they're already showing us the 3 Fantastic Four themselves that we're getting on the retro cards.
Ooh.
And then something cool they're doing right now, which I noticed with the AOA, I'll show you here in a second, is that they put a letter at the front with X's. And I'm thinking that actually represents who the character is going to be. So who with Fantastic Four starts with an H? And then P, I'm thinking Puppet Master. What do you think?
Did you hear that that's actually the case?
No.
That first letter actually is the first letter in the name of the person that's representing.
Yeah,
I'm going for that.
Okay.
I don't know who that would be then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
H for Hank Pym.
Him and the Fantastic Four wave.
I'm still thinking it's going to be Mole Man and Wizard.
Man, think about how much a Mole Man is needed.
Oh, yeah.
No. Mole Man's been made. Wizard is the one that is needed.
Well, yeah, but how much a redo of the Mole Man is needed? Do y'all like the original?
Oh, I still love that figure. But I'm saying for people that's new collectors that still need Mole Man,
Right.
So, and Damien, I'm thinking Psycho Man will be a deluxe one later on this Fantastic Four card instead of just the regular release. But then again, I mean, he'd be about the same size as the Thing. So if they put the Thing on the regular card, be interesting.
So what outfits is that going to be? The true original?
I think it's going to have to be the blue and white.
Like
That's
the light blue, the true light blue, like they originally were created with, like their first appearance clothing.
I think that makes sense for the retro cards too.
If they do that, I like the Walgreens exclusives team, but I'll have to sell that one that'll become my new one. Have to see how the Johnny Storm looks. That Johnny Storm could really go either way. He could probably go with you wouldn't have to sell him or get rid of him.
So it looks like H may be Herbie.
Oh gosh, surely to goodness.
No.
Thinking Herbie was an accessory on the last one. Surely,
Invisible Woman, yeah.
Surely he wouldn't get his own.
It'll be Herbie with an invisible woman.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah,
That wouldn't be the worst idea ever to get like a true invisible woman.
Yeah, but I think you mean invisible in package.
Oh yeah, like she's actually not there. And
oh man.
All right, so looking over at the Infinity Saga, got an interesting list here. Got Iron Man Mark III. We got a Quicksilver from Age of Ultron, which is definitely needed. Odin. We got this Endgame Thor that they already showed off to us. Obadiah Stan as Ironmonger. Surtur. So that would be an amazing figure to come as a deluxe. It'd be a Surtur.
I think I would probably want that myself.
I agree.
You know,
It depends on how it looks, but I agree.
If it comes as a deluxe, will it be big enough?
I mean, it depends on how deluxe they go.
Well, I think the price point's going to be pretty high, so it might be in a pretty big box.
Surtur is massive, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Even if you don't go based on the one out of the Thor movie, he's always been very, very big.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wasn't it like, I feel like at the beginning of Thor Ragnarok, he was sort of, like whenever Thor was all like chained up, wasn't he sort of smaller?
There's a scene that I showed in one of our other videos where Thor was probably up to his knee. So very similar to the HasLab Sentinel.
So we can probably safely say here, they're not going to do it to scale.
No.
It's going to be a 9-inch figure at most.
Yeah.
Which I still would be okay with, but
again, the scale is going to be all over the place now with this Sentinel, so which technically I guess it always was, because Galactus is the same size as Giant Man. Then you got your Iron Man Mark A5, which I'm assuming they'll actually give him the gauntlet and maybe a bloody face or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's the big one for me, though, AOA.
Mm-hmm.
So you got your unknown Build-A-Figure, but you got AOA M, so Magneto, AOA C for Cyclops, you got your Sabretooth, AOA R for Rogue, AOA K for Kitty, AOA I for Iceman, AOA L, and somebody mentioned they think it's going to be Legion. Which would be really cool. I love him with his tall hair.
All of that makes sense.
I'm thinking the Build-A-Figure, with that list, will be Colossus.
Maybe.
And that they'll do another deluxe. Unless the deluxe is Colossus and they do the Build-A-Figure as Nemesis.
Yeah. What's up, Illmatic? Welcome.
Yeah. Hey, man. What's up? $50 for Surtur. Yep. I'm all over that. That'd be awesome. All right. So here was a cool find that I had earlier this week with the April takeover, where Judith Hoe goes out and talks about her figure and what's going to be about. So she's got, like, I guess the entire month of April, she's going to be talking about stuff. But in her video, she showed off the Casey Jones head without the mask. So that's actually pretty exciting. I think, I don't know that this is going to be a 2-pack with her, because I think she's all about herself in this.
Did y'all know she was at South Carolina Comic-Con this weekend?
No.
Yeah. Signing stuff.
You didn't go out there, did you?
No, I'd have loved to, but I did not go.
Yeah. Pinkerton, I definitely would like to see an updated Emma Frost. We'll be getting the one with the Hellfire box set, though, so that'll be good for me. But to me, this is pretty big news. I think that it's interesting that we will be getting this Casey Jones, or a Casey Jones, released again with his face head sculpt there. But she looks good too. She looks really good. We've seen her last week as well, but here we are in color, showing the microphone in her purse as well.
I'm just wondering if they're going to give us that head with no body. Like, will that head come with April?
Okay. That's a good point. It could just be the head.
Yeah.
But for them to make more money, they're going to try to put the figure out again.
Yeah. That would definitely, heck, that may cause people to buy it twice, to buy the 2-pack 2 times. There's going to be people who's going to want to display both. Think about how that worked for Hasbro. Just throw an extra head in and everybody will go buy another body. Everybody go get another Kingpin body.
So, yeah, we did, which we went out and did that for the Shadow King.
Yep.
I don't know. I think they can give him another body, not to be the exact same one as they gave before.
But he didn't really change, did he, in the movie? He didn't really.
He wasn't always with his gear, was he?
He wasn't with his gear, but if you look at him, I mean, he just got on a t-shirt and a vest, and I don't recall that he changed that much. Let's see. He was in the second movie too, though, right?
Yeah.
So maybe his gear is a little different in the second movie. Maybe they're just going. It'll be like a TMNT 2 for him and TMNT 1 for April. I don't know.
Yeah. Could be. So here was something for Super 7 Reactions with the Star Trek The Next Generation. So got these 6 figures in this line. And I was a huge Star Trek The Next Generation fan back when I was Zach's age. Did you ever watch this one?
Yes, I did.
So this was probably my favorite Star Trek that I've seen. Of course, I haven't seen a lot of them. Zach's only watched the newer movies, and I think you liked those pretty well, didn't you?
I don't know.
Good action.
Not the best thing ever, but
Yeah, I wasn't a huge Star Trek fan.
Hey, Jared, was that $20 more for that Panther with Flocked?
I heard that was the case on Pixel Dan's review of it.
yep.
So this is a thumbs down for you, Collectible Warrior. I'm not into reaction figures myself. I don't want the 3 3/4 stuff. I know you jumped into it for the Marvel Legends ones.
Yeah, I did.
So I think that'll be out of your collection soon.
It will.
So Pinkleton likes this. Don't know if that's sarcasm or not, but he might like this. But I mean, there's not a lot of Star Trek stuff out there. So I mean, if you're a Star Trek fan, this is kind of your way to go.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that Whoopi Goldberg?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know she was in Star Trek.
Yep. All right, so Godzilla did from Mezco a 5 XL, 2 different round 1 and round 2 they called it. So the first round has Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra as a larva, and Anguus. I don't know any of these other names. And then
those look amazing.
They do.
They look like they literally. It looks like it's actually the puppets or the suits that they wore in the actual movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Round 2's got your Gorosaurus King. Help me out, Mancave.
King Ghidorah.
Ghidorah.
Yep.
Baragon and Manila. So pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty expensive though too for each lot. I think they were $85 each.
For the pack, I think. Yeah.
So again, if you guys could jump on Instagram and find me, you'll see these Godzilla and Manila singing.
I think those are going to be very popular amongst collectors.
The singing or figures?
Maybe not so much the singing, but definitely the figures.
All right, Mancave, talk about this.
Yes. So we're getting a slag figure. I guess are these official images now? Has Hasbro actually dropped the official images?
I'm still not going to say this is not official. No,
I don't think we've actually heard from Hasbro yet, right?
Nope.
I bought a second Grimlock, so I guess I'll be buying 2 of all the Dinobots going forward. So I can have one in Dinobot mode, one in robot mode. But I kind of need one with Dan, because you helped me set it up over there. But I've got a movie, an 86 movie shelf, and then I'm going to have a season 1 shelf.
Yeah.
So I kind of need one for each shelf anyways.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't necessarily say that. You have to have it.
I'm not saying you wouldn't say that, but I would say that. I would say I have to have one for both.
Yeah.
Well, the Dinobots are your favorites, I think.
That's the truth. Yeah. I mean, outside of just Optimus Prime himself,
right?
The Dinobots are literally 2 through 6 in my Transformers favorites.
I wish they'd have learned from their first mistake with Wheelie and fixed little Daniel here.
Oh man, look at them! Look at them legs. Look how they had to pose him like
he's just leaning against him,
like he's doing wall squats on his calf muscle.
So I might have to go back and watch the '86 movie and see how much of a role the Dinobots played in it.
Y'all want to have a movie night? Let's have a movie night at the Man Cave.
Yeah, Zach has never watched you watched the first season of Transformers, I guess.
I need to go watch. I need to watch all that.
Man, you're missing out if you hadn't watched the movie, though.
I feel like we started watching it for a little bit, and then I just
did.
Yeah.
We didn't get to the good part because the first part of it is kind of monotonous. You're feeling the same characters over and over until they start adding new characters in. About 40 episodes in, probably.
Yeah, but you say it's monotonous, but they kill everybody right at the beginning almost. So I mean that's kind of shocking.
You're talking in the movie.
In the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about in the seasons.
Seasons, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. In the seasons, it can get a little monotonous, yeah.
So, Jesus, Lord Covenant Spawn is already up for pre-order. You know anything about that, Man Cave?
I do not.
I didn't realize that he was ready to do that yet.
I didn't either. Where are they up for pre-order at? Jesus.
Look at the legs on some of Transformers on Mancave's channel. What's that mean?
I don't know. Collectible Warrior, have to go into more detail on that one. I'm not following you. Slag kick Devastator's butt. Yeah, if they're making Searcher action figure.
Searcher action figure may be the best thing Marvel Legends ever does if they do it right.
That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Could be cool.
All right, so there you go. All right, there's your size comparison. Looks good.
Those look great right there.
And with the whole team, so
yeah, that looks fantastic.
I just can't believe how much Prime is just dwarfed by them.
And that's kind of accurate, you know. I mean, that's the way it was.
Yeah,
They're huge.
Hey, Damien said he's an '80s kid, but he's just now watching GI Joe from the start, so don't feel left out, Zach.
yeah. I got a lot to catch up on.
Hey, I started doing that myself here not long ago. Just starting off the GI Joe Tubi. I think the app Tubi had all the GI Joe seasons on it, so I just started at the beginning. I watched them here and there as a kid, just like random episodes here and there. So it's cool to kind of start from the beginning
And actually watch them in order.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, guys, I'm excited. I don't know how many of you guys are wrestling fans, but this is one of my favorite teams in AEW. Is the Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and, of course, the little guy, Marco Stunt for the Jurassic Express. So when they announced this right here, Mancave was like, yep, that's the if you were going to buy one wrestling figure, this would be the one you get. And I said, yep, I want Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
So this guy looks amazing. Series 5 of the AEW Unrivaled Collection from Jazzwares.
My only issue with that Luchasaurus, and I think it looks fantastic, my only issue is just I think the tattoos look a little stamped, I guess you could say would be the word. I know tattoos are hard, like they're hard to do on action figures, but there's something about them that just looks really, really like stamped on to me. But I do agree. I think the figure looks great. The face is amazing.
Of the ones that you have some that have tattoos on them, right?
Oh,
for AEW.
Maybe. I don't know.
Are they still not out of package?
Still not out of package.
We have to have an unpacking party again.
Man, there's a lot.
During movie night.
That's right.
During movie night, yeah.
Watch the 86 movie and unpack.
Yeah.
You got your Frank Kazarian and your Scorpio Sky as well in this wave. And then you got that's the entire wave. You got your Hangman Page and then a rare Hangman Page. Have you seen any of the rares? I guess probably you saw Rio, probably, hadn't you?
Rios are rare?
Well, there is a rare of Rio.
Oh, no. I ain't seen the rare one. All I've seen is the one that's peg warming now.
Anybody in the chat seen any of these rare ones in the wild? Here is the John Moxley, and I love the eye patch version.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool. All right, here's something big for us. We love the Battletoads. Here is our next to last reveal, which was Rash. And I was excited to see he does definitely come with that giant boot with the spikes on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Got his sunglasses.
I tell y'all what, though, if y'all want to see something crazy, just go look at the comments on any post that these guys do. It is depressing.
Yep.
It is. I've never seen such negativity around a company and announcements and releases, and it is very, very depressing.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, though.
I get it. I mean, they a lot of people have been burnt, and I get it. But man, normally when you see that type of negativity and people that have been kind of burnt the way people have by that company, the company doesn't continue to exist and continue to release images and But the scary part to me is they keep releasing images of things
that look amazing,
right? But they're not ever releasing anything. I mean,
that's
it's just
concerning.
Yeah.
Well, I am sitting here looking at a Thundercat shelf with only 4 Thundercats on it too, so you can't say too much. Super 7's huge right now, but they're not pushing too much out either.
No, they're not. They're moving slow. Not only as far as depressing, I just mean like so much negativity around the company and the people who are doing these figures, the owners of them. You go through and read the comments, it just kind of depresses you, kind of negs you out a little bit.
And the reason it's depressing is because this is exciting. This and Earthworm Jim and, you know, all the other stuff that they actually put out looks so good.
Yeah.
So it's depressing if they don't actually follow through with what they are showing us all.
Right. Yeah. And I have no personal experience with the company, so I don't know. I mean, they may be perfectly legit and men of high character and morals. I have no clue. I just know that the track record out there is not too good. I think they've got like 250 claims on the Better Business Bureau against them. I mean, it's pretty rough when you start really digging into the company that's actually producing these. So it's I would definitely say if you're going to pre-order them through, you know, a company that you could cancel your pre-order.
Guys,
that looks amazing.
I had no idea. So there's the last one. Look how big he is. Oh my gosh.
Man, he looks fantastic. God,
Look at those head sculpts.
I want to say I'm going to like the one to the far right the best.
Yeah, the drooling mouth.
That's probably the one that I would go with.
Oh my gosh.
If they somehow bring this to fruition, these guys will immediately go into like NECA detail category.
Hey, Macanita Silva, thank you for telling me that, man. I've been refreshing this thing every single day because I thought it was going to come out 7 days in a row. But man, this is the best of the reveals.
Yeah.
Guy's huge.
Yeah. He is massive. Golly, he'll be $150.
I don't know.
I mean, what'd they say? The frogs are going to be like 45 or something, or isn't that what somebody said?
I haven't even seen a price on any of them yet.
I'm
assuming it would be very similar to what they did with the other series that they were putting out with the Mad Balls and the Barnyard Commandos, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I think those were 40 or 45 a piece, I believe. I've got the Barnyard Commandos pre-ordered. I didn't pre-order the Mad Balls, but
golly, I didn't realize that this guy was going to be that much bigger than General Vernon either.
Vermin, yeah. It's very hard to tell with the shadow. The shadow actually made him look definitely bigger, but not this much bigger.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Wow. That's awesome news right there.
Yeah.
Now we just got to actually get them in hand.
I just hope they happen. You know, I just hope they happen. And maybe if they don't happen, maybe somebody like a NECA or a Super 7 will jump in and take the license, you know, because they've seen kind of the outpouring and the support behind it. Everybody is excited about it.
Yeah.
But I think we're all kind of hesitant to get too excited.
Yeah. Hey, Wesley, we somewhat talked about the Flock Panther and the fact that it's $20 more. Jerry Sabrone picked up one of them himself at I guess they're Walmart exclusives, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're exclusive, and I think they're fairly limited. I don't think they're going to be mass produced like the Battle Cat and those were.
Yeah. Mm. And actually, it says on the box, it says collector's edition.
Yeah, yeah. That's the only one that says that, right?
Yeah.
Like the Battle Cat and the regular version don't say that.
Have you heard much about Star Ace toys?
I have not. That's a newer one to me there as well. I'm not familiar with those guys.
1/6 scale Batman, Ninja, or Samurai. So pretty cool looking. Got the soft goods on his pants there and the cape. Got the ropes around his neck there. And it comes with a horse if he's deluxe.
Wow.
The horse doesn't have any articulation. That's the bad part, I think.
That can be good and bad, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes the articulation on that type of stuff, the weight of something sitting on them, like those legs want to crouch over time. So I could see where that could be okay.
Hey, Wesley, you said you found 16 of what in Dothan, Alabama?
I thought he was talking about the flocked.
You found 16 flock Panthers? Holy cow.
That's what we were talking about when he said it. So I was thinking that's what he was talking about.
So I'm liking this guy. This is a really cool figure. Look at those shoes that he's got on. It's like that center picture. I don't know if that's just for the horse or something or what, but he's got like platform shoes on.
Oh, yeah, he is, ain't he?
There's a nice close-up of that horse's face. That horse looks amazing. Looks perfect.
The horse looks like it's actually got fur on it, right?
It kind of does. It looks like it's flocked.
That's what it looks like. Wow.
16 flocked Panthers. Holy cow. You should have bought every one of those up.
I know that. I would love to come across one. If I come across one, heck, I'll take my regular one back and buy the new one.
Yeah. Oh, you were just saying that you're gonna go with the older one.
Yeah, I thought I was, but when I saw Pixel Dan's review this morning, I was like, man, that looks pretty good.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, yeah, you better.
Yeah, it doesn't have that kind of cheap look to it like the plastic does on the other one. So, and I would just pray. What I was saying was, if they would flock the Battle Cat, I would definitely get the 2 flocked. But once I seen the review of it, I was like, yeah, I'll just set him a little bit away from the Battle Cat, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, no, but you got to remember the original Battle Cat was not flocked, so it makes sense.
Sure. It was not. And I get
check out this Asmos Toys, Lord of the Rings Legolas figure. That's what I'm talking about with face printing right there. That and Hot Toys looks amazing.
Is that Orlando Bloom?
Orlando Bloom, yep. So this looks really good. They've done some nice Lord of the Rings stuff. Got that nice background. It got the arrows, swords. Check out the diorama he comes with.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Look at his hair, man. Like the top actually is plastic, it looks like, and then it goes off into like real looking hair.
That's pretty neat.
Huh. But man, the likeness is perfect. All right, and then we got our last one for the reveals of the week, which is our Hot Toys Mandalorian Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah,
now this is the standard release with her by herself. And again, Hot Toys does an amazing job on their face sculpts because this looks just like Rosario Dawson. Got her double lightsabers.
Yeah,
look even around her eyes. You can see the wrinkles around her eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hot Toys kind of sets the standard for face scans.
Yep. All right, and then I'll get there. Yep, the deluxe version comes actually with the child Grogu figure. Cool. Oh, I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss that little guy.
Pinkleton's calling you out again, Mancave.
Digital tour.
Yeah, a digital tour. Oh man, I would not want anybody to see what this thing looks like right now. I ain't even cleaned up from the haul video that we did the other night. There's just toys all over the place over there. Now,
that was the first of 2 hauls we're supposed to be getting, right?
Yeah, the other one, I mean, there's, I don't know, 25 boxes maybe, kind of sitting stacked up. So those need to be unboxed. And, oh, man, it's a lot.
Yeah, I noticed your diorama there is kind of lacking some Storm Collectibles
figures there. Yeah, I mean, I got like 5 Mortal Kombat figures sitting over there in box. I just need to take them out.
All right, so let's jump into our subject matter of the night. If I can find what I'm looking for here. Actually, let me play this real quick. This is kind of cool. Now, they need to do that kind of advertisement for every wave they do. That was amazing.
Yeah.
That actually makes you want the wave even more. You know, it's like I mean, seriously, whenever we had toys back in the day, we had commercials for the toys, right?
Mm-hmm.
No pressure. Man, I'm giving him pressure every single time I see his room behind him. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, don't feel bad, Pinkleton. I get asked that probably on a daily basis to do a room tour, and I was talking with Jersey Geek. I'm not sure if he's in the thing, but I was talking to him on Instagram today, and my room, I keep saying, all right, when I get everything out and I get everything where I want it, I'm going to do a room tour. Well, new stuff keeps coming in, and I keep pulling stuff down and selling it to make room for the new stuff. And then I do haul videos, and it's all sitting on the floor over here, still in boxes. And you guys have seen it. I've got that box out there that has, 50 figures in it that are still sitting in boxes.
At least.
And maybe more now. So it's like I never actually get it where I want to get it. And I'm like, when I do it, I want it to be impressive, and people are like, oh, that's so cool. And it's just a mess, man. I'm going to quit buying figures for 1 month. And
definitely not going to no chance.
Yeah, they definitely need to do commercials again if they want to start selling these toys more, I think, to kids and not just us adult collectors.
Yeah.
Right. I think a lot of these companies have just said, hey, we're going to focus on the adult collector. That's who's got the money. They'll pay $25, $50 for a figure at retail, whatever. I think they're focusing on us more now.
Hey, Wesley, Mancave had a little story about the pinball crate.
Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, that was
that kind of gets us into our subject matter tonight of the state of the toy hunting game, right?
Yeah, it does. So yeah, just a quick, because I don't want to drag that little story out, but I got word actually from it might have been Talisac in the comments. I think Talisac might have told me that a Walmart somewhat in our area had 4 of the NECA pinball loot crate boxes. It was like 7 o'clock at night, and I was like, well, I can get out there before they close at 8 or 9 or whatever it was. So I go driving off and get there and go looking everywhere. They're nowhere to be found. Go to the lady in the electronics section. She's like, I don't work back here. I can't even check inventory levels for you. Wait on this other girl. She'll be back in a minute. She comes back. I'm like, hey, I'm seeing on BrickSeek or whatever, y'all have 4. Could you check that? She's like, no, we don't have them. If we have them, they'd be out here. I'm like, can you go to the back? She's like, no, they're not in the back. I can tell you they're not in the back. I'm like, so y'all can't check the back? Like, no, that they're not back there. We know that for sure. I'm like, well, who can tell me where these things are? Because y'all show 4 in inventory. They're like, well, you'll have to find like a lead or a manager. So I go all the way up to the front of the store, find a lead. The lead's like, well, you got to have a DPC or DCPI or whatever you call that. I'm like, that's what I'm pointing at on my phone. Like, I'm holding it in front of her and pointing at it. And she puts it in. She's like, okay, it shows we got 4, but there's no location for them. I'm like, so does that mean they'd be in the back? She's like, no, they wouldn't be in the back because we don't have a location for them. I'm like, so can anybody go in the back and look to see if you have them back there? She's like, no, there's no point in even doing that because we wouldn't have them in the back.
What?
So before I literally went like, off the deep end, I just gave up and went home. So that's my story about finding the loot crate. But I've got a sub that hit me up. He's got 2 of them out in Hickory, and he's going to meet me on Friday and sell me one for retail. So hopefully
nice.
I won that one.
All right, I'm going to go back on the chat here real quick. Somebody mentioned something about, I just teased something. Somebody mentioned something in a question here. Who was it? New York City. What's up, guys? What's a good price for the Goru from Goro from Storm Collectibles?
Where at? I don't see that question. I'm missing it. Oh, what's a good price to pay for Storm Collectibles Goro? So I got the clean version. If you can get him for $200 to $220, that's going to be on the lower end for him. I wouldn't pay more than that. I really believe at some point the Mortal Kombat hype is going to kind of force Storm Collectibles to re-release some of these figures like Shao Kahn and Goro. Some of these are just going for stupid prices. So yeah, be patient. If you see one for $200, I'd jump on it. Somebody listed one on Macari for $200 like a week ago. It was on there for 21 minutes and sold. So I mean, it's like if you find one, you're going to have to jump really quick.
This is painful right here, and this is how I feel too. Which is why you never see a toy hunt hardly on my channel. However, I did find my Triceraton Infantry 2 of them at a toy hunt I did one time. So I was excited about that one toy hunt I've ever done. Other than that, I've gone to places, drive with my wife. She's frustrated with the collecting anyway. We get out there and I don't find anything. It's frustrating for me. Mancave, you're out there all the time. Zach, you go every 3 weeks maybe?
Probably.
I have 10 times more fun hunting at these local toy shops than I do box retailers.
Yeah. And I agree with that because I'm so nostalgic with the old stuff. But like for Zach, he doesn't care anything about the old stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to be that way. And then I started figuring out like the vintage is where it's at, man. That's where like the true value is going to hold and continue to go up, Look at Mr. Syntastic. That's a good Instagram buddy of mine. We talk quite often. Says his local Walmarts and Targets are horrendous. I just wait for my pre-orders to come in from Hasbro Pulse and sites like that. The problems with store exclusive, those are very frustrating.
Very, very frustrating. I hate store exclusives. I love them because I want them, but I hate them because I can't find them, and I'm not going to pay the aftermarket prices. For example, Baroness. I will not pay $100 now, up to $150 for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Wesley, you're right, man. It's depressing going into the store and seeing scalpers with multiples of the same item, knowing they're just going to go and resell them. And that is so frustrating to walk up and see them walk away from the shelf with the figures.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
I've actually looked like a scalper before and felt terrible about it. Because, a lot of times I'll pick you guys up one. I've got another buddy who we kind of look out for each other. So there's been times where I've walked out with 3 of something, and like you see that other guy in the aisle and he's like, he's 30 years old and you're just like, he's hunting just like I am. And he's looking at me like I'm a scalper right now, and you feel bad about it because we are truly not, we don't buy anything to sell it, for a profit. There's a lot of people that, they get there at 7:00 when Target opens and they run in there and they clean the shelves of anything new that was put out overnight. And that's the end of it. We go at 8:30 thinking we're there early in the morning. It was cleaned out an hour ago.
All right. This is for you, Mancave.
No, let's see. Do you guys collect Power Rangers Lightning Collection? I want to start collecting them. Yes, I have all of the MMPR releases up to this point. However, those guys are on death row, shall we say, depending on Super 7. So if Super 7 comes out with some fire, Hasbro Lightning Collection. So I don't know what your budget is, as far as Power Rangers Cosmic Crusher. But if you want to start collecting them, I would be slightly patient and see what Super 7 does. That's just my opinion.
And then you'll be able to find Mancave's auction on eBay here soon too. So
yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Riley, this is something I want to talk about because like the NECA turtles are nowhere to be found in Target, but you are seeing overflow of the Toonie Terrors, the Toonie Classics, the horror stuff, Back to the Future, like you guys were talking about. You're seeing on end caps like crazy, just loaded full of that stuff. So, what do you think about that? That's telling you something right there about NECA distribution, that they can put stuff out, right?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because I don't want to say it's just sitting there. I'm sure some of the products are just sitting there on the shelf, but just the fact that you get, with some of these end caps, you say you get 20 Marty McFlys in, but then we get 3 NECA TMNT 2-packs in. It's like, what kind of distribution is that? I don't know.
And that's a question I've always had, and I've even asked it on my channel before, and I wish somebody in the know would answer the question, and maybe there's somebody in the comments who can help us. But who does the order for the NECA section? Is it NECA doing the stocking and deciding how many's going to each store, or is it Target ordering a certain amount? I kind of feel like it's got to be NECA because Target plays no role in the NECA section. They don't organize it. They don't stock it. So why would they order for it? You know what I mean?
I feel like I've heard Randy talk about it before, that Target does play a part in ordering, however many they get. But
and see that just Noni says it is not Target doing the ordering.
Really?
How do you know that, Noni? What are you got an inside track? Are you assuming that? How do you know that? You know, I'm with you. I feel like that's the case, but I don't have any factual information that tells me that. No, they've not shown off any MMPR yet. Well, they've shown off the reaction stuff.
Reactions, so the 3 3/4 inch they have, but not the ultimate scale yet.
Right.
Does the same NECA rep do Walmart and Target?
Oh,
I don't know.
That's a good question. You would think they would just kind of have their region, and they would do Walmart and Target.
They probably do, if I had to guess.
And Riley, Bob, NECA knows that their distribution is horrible right now, which is why I think they're trying to do the NECA store so much. But NECA store shipping is extremely high.
Stupid, man. Some of that stuff, if you just wait a little bit, you can get it on the secondary market for the same price as pre-order through NECA with the $15, $20 shipping they charge.
Now the turtles, if you put them, because they're always in 2-packs, if you put them individually, would they not be the same price as what the other NECA horror stuff would be?
They would be. They'd be $24, $25 a piece.
Cosmic Crusher Super 7 is a good brand. They've been putting out some turtle stuff that looks very much similar to the old toys, and they got Thundercats that are going on. They actually were doing originally they took over the license for the Matty collector whenever Motu Classics ended with Matty, and they took that license over. But their biggest thing to me is in the past has been the reactions, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Super 7 Ultimates lines may very well be the best line out there.
Oz Newton says he is a scalper. Feel free to ask him any questions. Do you have one that you will sell me for regular price? Oz Newton.
Yeah, you got a 4-pack you want to sell for retail?
Yep. Or a bunch of 4-packs. So go ahead and sell them all to me. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Funko Pops are starting to thin out, which is actually, in my opinion, good because they're just overwhelming what we used to see in the stores.
Funko Pops are also going for prices that are absolutely insane.
It's crazy.
All right, so I will show you guys this video. I'm not going to do the sound because we did take it from, who did we take it from, Mancave?
Oh, man, I don't remember.
We took it from, give me 1 second, guys. I got a picture of her right here. It's a small channel. She doesn't have a lot of subscribers. She only got about 139 subscribers. Those Toy Junkies is her name. She was out shopping at a Target with her kid. I guess shopping for her husband, maybe, according to her. But she was filming it for her channel as well. So here's her coming up to a Target employee as he does something very, very sketchy. So let's see what we got here. So here she is walking up to the section. She sees the turtle she wants. She says, "Oh, yes." And then she says, "Oh, no, what are you doing?" As he takes all 3 of the 4-packs off the shelf, he says, "Oh, what? Did you want one?" "Oh, just one? You just want one? Okay, here you go. Take that one." "Oh, and your kid's here too? Your kid actually likes turtles?"
Yeah.
"Oh, well, I feel so bad." And the guy in the background in the red says what, Mancave?
I think he says something like, "We're trying to keep scalpers from getting them," or something like that, and he's taking them to the back. But it's kind of funny that NECA vendor, it was almost like the face my kids made when they were little, and you caught them doing something they shouldn't. It was kind of that same. And I don't know that he may have, what he was doing may have been completely legit. I'm not saying this guy was doing anything wrong. We don't know that this Target employee was doing anything wrong. We're just kind of showing y'all this to kind of say, well, what do y'all think? Should Target even be taking these to the back and controlling the distribution of them? Or should they go ahead and take them to the back and prevent a scalper from being able to come up and somehow manipulate to buy them all? I don't know. We'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on it. What do y'all think?
And,
here and
in the past, Mancave, as you've gone out to these Targets, you have found that in the electronics department, they've kept some of these behind the counter, and you have to ask for them.
We have. And in all those cases, they put them behind the counter where you can see them, so you know they have them. So it's not like they're trying to hide them in the back where, you know, you can't find them, or, you know, what my concern with them putting them in the back is you go and ask for them and they say, well, we can't touch NECA.
Yep,
exactly. So that's what every Target employee's first thing is. When you tell them you're looking for NECA and can you check in the back, their go-to is immediately, we can't touch NECA. That's the NECA rep has to do all that. We can't touch them. Well, y'all just put them in the back a week ago. Y'all took them and put them in the back. So it's like, I don't know. That's just, to me, there's a real gray area there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So have you guys ran into, like Mancave said, finding these in the stores behind the counter, behind the electronics counter? And again, that is who the electronics guy said the other day was, hey, just give us a call. We'll tell you if it's in stock or not. You know, is it, you know, I hate to ask this, but do you guys think it is the Target employees that are taking these and scalping them mostly? Or do we think that there's actually guys getting in there at 7 a.m., buying them all up and going out there and scalping these things?
Yeah. Noni, we agree with you too. When me and Dan was even talking about this video this morning, we wanted to make sure in playing it, we're not saying anything malicious was going on. We don't know. You know, we don't know what these guys' intents were. And there probably are a lot of people jumping to conclusions, because I've seen this thing floating around on Instagram and Twitter, and this video is hilarious that this little bitty channel has this video that is going around everywhere, you know, that people are talking about. But I think the real discussion is just, should, even if that Target employee had good intentions, should they be taking those into the back and hiding them away so that me and you go in to look for them and we don't know that they even have them? You know?
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that are not even going to ask. They're going to look at the shelf, see there's nothing there, and then go home.
I typically don't ask. I asked today. I went to a Target today and I asked, but I typically don't even waste my time, because Target employees have been coached so much now to just say, we can't touch NECA. It doesn't matter if they're in the back or not. They're not going to go get them. They're not going to go touch them.
So Jerry has a really cool point right here. He said that whenever he used to sell model cars in his shop, in his dad's store, they were trying to regulate from scalpers, and they got a call from the supplier and say, hey, you can't do that, because they were stopping people from buying the product. So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And Edward actually says something about Walgreens. He said, I know our Walgreens never gets anything. His niece is a pharmacist at Walgreens, and even with her on the inside, he can't ever get anything.
Yeah.
Have you seen Ricky's comments over here?
Start walking in the back yourself.
No, look, he said, I've done it over a dozen times, got several Cobra Island figures.
Wow.
Wow. I guess, I mean, in reality,
too. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, could you just throw on a red shirt and just like nonchalantly go walking back into the back?
Wow.
It's not
Ricky, why is it not trespassing? That to me seems like trespassing.
I feel like there's a sign that says employees only on those doors.
I agree. Wow. That's a great idea. Hey, man, if they're not going to work for you, man, Zach, you remember that one time I went to Target in Gastonia? Had that young guy that wasn't supposed to be working in the toy department, and he told us to wait there while he finished up something, and he'll go back there and check for us. So we literally waited there for probably, I gave him extra time. I gave him at least 10 minutes. I went back and talked to him. I said, hey, man, and I watched him the entire time. I said, hey, man, you going to be able to go back in the back? Yeah, I checked already. They didn't have anything. I said, dude, you didn't check nothing. You haven't left your cart yet. I said, are you really not going to check? He's like, no. It's like, why didn't you tell me that 10 minutes ago? So Ricky said he uses a red shirt.
A Cobra shirt. That's awesome. That is awesome. Ricky, could you just film that one time and like
do it, please? Yes. Oh my gosh,
that'd be hilarious. Back in the back room of Target and finding stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, I think Cosmic Crusher made a statement. Let me think if this was who it was, guys. I'm sorry. Cosmic, were you the one that said you're new in collecting and you're trying to do Yes. He's trying to do stop motion on his channel. So he said it might sound dumb, but I want to collect all different action figures, like different brands, characters, because he wants to do stop motion on his channel, and he wants to include different kind of characters. So that's cool, man. If you want to kind of tell different stories that we'll never see, that's kind of cool, man. Do it.
Stop motion's awesome. I always enjoy stop motion. Yeah,
that's the only reason I'm still hanging on to Shartimus's channel is because his stop motion with his big time letdown Spider-Man, or big time Spider-Man now.
So kind of to tag on to Noni's point there about it's a mixture of people, not just scalpers. I tend to agree with him on that. You know, imagine if you're like a college kid working at Target, you know, you're part-time, you're going to school, and these figures come in that you can double or triple the price on, you know, for the first couple of weeks that they're out. Would you not grab them, try to put some extra money in the bank? I mean, you know, I don't think you have to be a scalper. You just be somebody who just needs the money.
But again, does that not go back to NECA and say, hey, listen, there is a huge demand for this product, put more out, because you're causing customers to be really mad at your product.
Right. I honestly, man, I almost fought NECA and the big box retailers more than the scalper. You know, because, you know, it's a scalper's paradise when they send 2 to every store or 3 to every store.
Action figure expert, I completely agree with this statement. I really don't think whenever they go back behind those doors that they look for anything that I've asked them to look for.
No.
I've hardly ever had them come back with, well, there was one guy that came back with some GI Joes for me that it wasn't the ones I wanted, but I rarely think that they actually are looking. I think they go back there and talk to their friends and then come back and say, nah, man, I couldn't find anything. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep. Ultimate issue is not enough supply for not only these NECA turtles. That's kind of another subject I want to talk about. What is another big product out there that we're not seeing enough of? We know NECA turtles we're not getting enough of.
MOTU Origins waves 2 through 4.
Yeah, we're seeing a ton of the Skeletor and He-Man.
Yeah.
Picture of that right there.
Yeah.
And the Battle Cat. You're seeing tons of that wave 1. And it's not their fault necessarily, because I think was this a Walmart you saw this, Mancave?
That looks like a Walmart's pegboard, yeah.
So that is kind of sad then, because Walmart was the first ones to have these. They should not be getting any more of these once they started release this everywhere else.
So I've never seen waves 2 through 4 at Walmart.
Yeah, I guess not.
I have seen some 2 through 4 at Target, but never really like a whole wave. It's always like I'll see Ninjor and none of the other wave, or I'll see Stratos and none of the other wave. You know, so it's like, you know, it's literally like they send one of each figure to one Target, and like they get one wave and then you never see them again. You know, you never see that wave again. So Origins, Masters of the WWE universe, which kind of goes along with Origins. They're kind of same.
Hey, does that have the same articulation?
Yeah, yeah, same.
Okay. GI Joe's was my big one, Jonathan. That's definitely one that, and Zach went on his hunt today and saw, or the other day, and saw his first classified in forever. He saw a Series 1 roadblock. I was thinking, hey, maybe it was the repaint. Nope, it was the original Series 1. So I don't know if somebody decided to bring it back because they got the repaint and they liked it better, maybe. And that'd be an easy figure swap. You wouldn't have any idea that was actual figure swap.
Yeah.
All right, so here's Mr. Syntastic's Nerdy Collecting. Do you guys think they have no idea how to properly allocate their lines? There's no Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to be found, but Back to the Future is peg warming. Are they just clueless? But guys, we're definitely seeing the Back to the Future stuff sell, right? We're seeing it disappear.
Yeah.
Is it?
I feel like it's selling. It just.
I mean, we go back to the same store over and over, and it's there, then it's not there, and it's there, and it's not there.
But you know what? If it's selling and they're restocking it that fast, that poses even more of a problem.
Totally.
You know, like, why are you restocking Back to the Future so fast and not your hottest toy line? Yep. You know?
Make any sense.
It makes no sense to me.
So got 2 3 3/4 here that people are wanting. You got the GI Joe vintage and the Star Wars vintage that Ricky and John are saying are nowhere to be found. So I would agree with that.
Yeah, look at Cosmic Crusher's comment right there.
The Cosmic with the Back to the Future.
Yeah, look at that.
But I hate seeing 4,500 Biffs in my local toy store, such a game as GameStop.
Right. So
That's
why,
a lot of Biffs.
Why overstock Biff, but we can't get a 4-pack of turtles?
Yeah.
You know, just that just blows my mind. Hey, Pinkleton, if you think so, the Origins line is cool, but man, I'm telling you,
Hang on, let me get you on
if
here.
you want something amazing, like look at these. So these are made just like the Origins, but it's the WWE. Look at those, man. I think
Rash is the WWE Universe.
I mean, this is like, how do you take like 80s and 90s wrestlers and then mesh them with He-Man? Like, how much more of a perfect mashup could you have, really?
And they do such a good mashup, I think, a lot of times.
They do. They do like good characters with good characters,
Yeah. Yep.
Like Sting is Clawful. So, I mean, that kind of like, that makes sense,
So, yeah, everybody's saying they don't want Back to the Future. I want to know what we do want to see in the stores. I think GI Joe is the biggest one for me.
Besides,
and like you said, man, wrestlers aren't even on the shelf. You see the basics a lot.
Yeah.
But you're not even seeing any of the like the Ultimates or the Elites out there hardly at all, except for that one little side aisle that's got a lot of Chinas on it.
The Elites kind of come and go. The Ultimates are impossible to find. Basics are everywhere, peg warming.
All right, I wanted to kind of talk about these prices that these scalpers are getting on eBay. So this is what they're asking for these 4-packs: $420, $375, $320. So triple the price in certain cases. Only a few. This one's got 16 bids already, 184, not sold yet. But here are the ones that have actually sold here recently. Somebody bought one for $450.
Golly.
$399. $399 over and over and over.
So that was the 12th and 13th. That was like that was within the first couple of days they were actually on the market.
Which those could be YouTubers trying to get their packs so that they can actually do reviews, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, some of your bigger channels, if you're a Shartimus Prime, a Pixel Dan, if you're some of those, you can get 25,000, 30,000 views on it and make your money back,
Yeah.
Or some of your money back. But yeah, I can't fathom why a normal collector would.
Hey, Mancave, what's that store in the mall where you saw those TMNT reaction figures?
Pop Cult. No, I'm sorry, FYE.
FYE has a lot of those reaction figures in there, Joe.
For your entertainment. And also, Joe, Target started carrying them today. So I went into a Target today and saw multiple lines, the TMNTs, the like some horror stuff, some music guys, like Target is, and I also saw where Brian Flynn from Super 7 posted on his Instagram that all these were hitting Target starting this week. So definitely get into your local Target. You'll see some.
Hey, Noni, I'm with you on this one. I'm kind of feeling like the fact that NECA is throwing these things out on their website for us for pre-orders, that I'm still blaming Target for this, not NECA.
Yeah.
They're giving us opportunities to get it if we get out there and do the pre-orders for it, which is actually smart on their part because then they can just make it as they're ordered.
Talisac said worth an hour drive, huh? He's talking about the Rock Hill drive the other night that I texted you about.
I told him to go, man. I can't believe he didn't go. I'm
sitting there working. I was wanting you to go to Rock Hill.
Jeez. I'm with you on the Black Series. They're iffy. When they get the wave in at first, they sell fast. So,
yeah. What's that? Who said that?
The Mr. Fantastic said something about the Black Series being hard to find.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? The wave with like Grief and Moff Gideon and
those are there a lot. Yeah,
those are peg warming, and I'd have never thought that. I'd have never.
I thought that'd be huge for the Mandalorian.
Yeah. Main characters for Mandalorian, I never thought would sit.
Man, Mancave, talk about that real quick about your Optimus Prime that you got pre-ordered for the.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so John Turner's talking about that. Yeah, so I got the Optimus Prime pre-ordered, and I've actually had people hitting me up in the comment section saying, just ordered one for $1,500. I hope it makes it. Like they had to go to eBay. So, they're doing eBay pre-orders, which you never know with eBay pre-orders, whether you're going to get it or not get it, or you have no clue what's going to happen. So, $1,500 pre-orders, which when this thing comes out, it'll be a $2,000 secondary market sale. If you want to get rid of it, you just want to make a quick buck, you'll be able to sell it for $2,000.
And is that considered scalping? Guys, what do y'all think? Is that scalping if right away you turn around when you get this thing and sell it? Same thing with the Sentinel, same thing with the Thunder Tank. There's limited time to order the thing or limited inventory.
Yep.
If you sell it right away to make the profit, is that scalping?
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic actually played a big role in me ordering mine. So I was going to not order it, and he kind of convinced me to order it, and I showed it to my wife. And she was like, why are we not ordering this immediately? And I'm like, okay, Mr. Fantastic and my wife said we should, so we will. So we pre-ordered it. And lucky enough, I did, because within a few hours it sold out,
Yeah.
So
yeah, totally. I mean, that's big time right there.
Noni says total scalping.
I don't know. I don't feel like it's necessary.
Go ahead.
So I would say, something like Optimus Prime, I feel like it's a bit different because, technically, I guess it's still scalping, but it's made to order. So, once the orders are out and they've already shipped out, the only way that anyone else can get it is if people do resell it. So, yeah, I still probably see it as scalping, but I see it differently than being out on the shelf and people buying that and, not letting other people go buy it for themselves versus, you can't get it anymore and people sell it. So.
Right.
Hey, Mon Morgan, we are from North Carolina, not South Carolina.
Scalping is definitely an intent thing. If you buy something, I think with the intent to resell it at a higher price and you have no intent on collecting it, to me that is scalping. But like if you guys were to sell your Toy Biz Sentinel that y'all have had forever, and you sold it at its going rate between $200 and $250. That's not what you paid for it.
But that's after holding on to that thing for years versus you getting this Optimus Prime in the mail as soon as they ship it and turn around and sell it for $1,500.
And that's where I think it's intent. The intent is where scalping is scalping or not.
When you bought the thing originally, you bought it for yourself. But then whenever the price turns up to $1,500, you're like, wait, okay, well, yeah, I bought it, but might as well go ahead and make the money off of it.
Right. Yeah. Like my kids need school clothes, like I'm going to sell it for $2,000 and make $1,300, So I think it's all in the intent of how you do it. And that's hard to do. Yeah. Ricky Boyd's right. $1,500 for Unicron, but we knew that was going to be the case anyways.
Hey, Mancave, there's your question. Since you're in the PS5 and all that good stuff, I don't know how much these things cost from scalpers.
Let me ask this: as a genuine person, would you rather pay $700 or even $1,500 from scalpers, or pay $500 for a PS5, or like $1,500 for a PS5 from a scalper? The Optimus should be cheaper.
So how much are PS5s going for on the aftermarket?
A good bit. I saw some the other day going for like $700-800.
And what are they originally?
They're either $399 or $499, depending if you want digital or all digital or a disc version. So they're going for close to double, I guess, their retail price right now. You just can't get them. Nobody can find them. You can't pre-order them anywhere. It's the whole PS5 rollout's been a mess.
Hey, Mon, we're right across the line. So it's not that hard to get out to South Carolina. So Dirty Varmint, you're right. Scalping is good to discover what a price is for something is going to be worth, I guess, right? Yeah. Anytime I'm going to go sell something, period, whether I've had it for a month or 3 years, I'm going to go look at eBay and see what the most recent price was for something that it sold for. And I'm going to try to sell it for that same price because that's the going price for an item. But like you said, Mancave, I'm not going out to the store buying up 6 of the product just so I can go make money off of it.
Right. Yeah, we don't do that at all. We don't buy anything with the intent to really sell it per se.
Yeah.
The Thor kind of makes a good point there. It says that, you know, if everybody has a chance to get it, say there's a pre-order for NECA, you know, and everybody, like right now, like the Pizza Monster, you know, or Ace Duck, everybody has a chance. Like, you're not going to really be able to complain too much after those release that they're going for $100, $150, whatever on the aftermarket. You know, you had your shot. So yeah, I mean, the Thor kind of makes a good point. Now, but if you walk into Target tomorrow morning and the 4-pack just freshly got put out and you buy all 4 or 3 of them and go straight home and list them online for $250, I would say that's scalping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say earlier.
Yeah.
So Talasek asks, is it scalping if it's what everyone is selling it for? Again, intent.
Again, I think it's intent. Yeah, it's your intent, which that's, you know, in a court of law, it's hard to ever determine intent. But again, I think the intent is if it's a figure you've had for 10 years on your shelf and you're just like, hey, I'm ready to move on from this, and you sell it for market value, your intent was never to scalp someone.
So Ricky, I've done that. I have definitely bought 2 figures in order to have the one and sell the other. I've done it. So technically I have scalped, but
I didn't know that, or I would have
done it too.
Second guess really hanging out with you so much.
Yeah. But I've not done it very often. I've done it maybe 2 or 3 times just because I found it for a sale price at like a Walgreens. Right? And then I can go and take, and like, what's his name? Venom. Which Venom was that? What's his name? Agent Venom. I did that too. I got him for the sale price at Walgreens, and I bought as many of them as I could, and I resold them for a regular price.
Yeah.
But it was regular price, so.
True. And Noni, I completely agree with you. That's kind of what we were talking about a minute ago. If you have a chance to pre-order it like NECA's doing right now with the TMNT stuff that's up, and then you don't, you have 0 room to complain down the road about pricing. You have no room to complain.
So here's a good question. And I think the answer to this is yes, the bubble will end up bursting. For example, whenever the Triceratops infantries went up for pre-order on the NECA store just recently. You know, those Triceratops were going for $100, $120 each, which is why I didn't buy them on the aftermarket. And luckily I did find it whenever they restocked the stores.
Yeah. But
that definitely drops the price for those guys. And I guess the cool part for them is if they still have the receipt from Target, they can take it back and get their money right back. Yeah. If they're not going to get the price they want for it.
I'm sure they're smart enough. A true scalper is probably smart enough to do that. Yeah. And that's when we randomly see a 2-pack when I'm out toy hunting. We randomly see a 2-pack pop up that we're like, this didn't get a restock. Why is these rock soldiers here right now? You know, like, or whoever it is, you know, whether it's rock soldiers or whatever. But yeah, that's 100% a return. You know, the roadblock that Zack saw the other day, that may very well have been like where a guy went in and, you know, he probably had 10 of them and, you know, never could sell them all and probably returned some.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys found some really interesting Jurassic stuff the other day. Jurassic's been pretty empty except for the Raptors. You never see the actual human characters on the pegs usually hardly ever, but y'all found an end cap at Target that had Phil, you had Mancave. How many did you have out there on that end cap for those Raptors?
Man, it's probably like 10 or 12.
I felt like there was
the next day,
the Ember collection.
When Zack went in there was only 2 left.
Wow. Well, because they marked them down to so cheap, you know.
Yeah. So they basically the whole entire end cap was pretty much, I feel like, full with those. And whenever I got there, it was just a few left. So they sold, which is good. I guess people were just waiting to have them marked down or something. Then I don't know.
Noni, I'm hoping and praying that you're right about that they will have these 4-packs on their website so that we don't have to pay these outrageous prices.
NECA said on their Twitter account the other day that if demand is enough and enough people are not able to get their hands on them, they will put them up for pre-order.
That'd be awesome.
On NECA's Twitter page. So I've already said that this Turtles 4-pack, I've not skipped anything yet. I will skip it before I pay $350 on this 4-pack.
I feel confident at this point that eventually, we'll just have to wait, but NECA should hopefully put everything up for pre-order.
I agree with you. It
For
might
the-
take some patience.
Yeah.
Take some real patience, but yeah.
So Wesley says, and I haven't even checked these because I own them, but the Token Razor are going for 150 now, even though we got them on the NECA store. So prices jump right back up again.
Yeah, and on NECA's Twitter page, Randy actually said that he didn't say we were going to get the Token and Razor again, but alluded that there's always a shot that those could pop up somehow again, that they may be able to offer a second chance for people to get those eventually.
And doesn't that frustrate you? Because you end up getting that way as a collector, like, man, I've got to get it or the price is just going to keep on going up like Baroness did, $100, now it's $150.
Right.
And you get to the point of, okay, I gotta do it. And you did it with Archangel, and then it got re-released.
I did it with Crane from the TMNT line.
I did it too.
I thought I would never find him. I think I paid $90 for him, maybe, like immediately. Like as soon as he hit the secondary market, I bought him and reviewed him on the channel. And luckily for us, we are able to make back a little bit of our money, in reviews. But it doesn't always equate to making it worth secondary prices, But
yeah, I spent $60 on mine, and then you picked up the other one for me, so I'm sitting on the other one for a while to see if the value will go good for that Crane, or we'll put him on our shelf with the towel and his bar of soap.
There's one of mine in box right there. I'm actually thinking about taking my second one and maybe making it part of a 5,000 subscriber giveaway. Maybe.
Ooh, guys, jump on there!
Yeah, there we go. We might do that, but there he is. Look at that guy in all his glory.
Hey guys, look at that. Nerd Zoic jumped in here with us. Welcome, Nerd Zoic.
Nerd Zoic. I watch Nerd Zoic's channel quite often.
Yeah, I do too. He's got some good stuff. Got some good polls that he does. Matter of fact, Zach just did a poll recently. Really good poll for most wanted Avengers characters. So if you guys hadn't done that poll, get out there and do it. So Zach can get a nice video out there of what we actually want to see for Avengers characters that haven't been made yet.
I think the point that he just made, though, is probably very true. Walmart and Target simply do not care.
Yeah,
we can complain all day, but like the NECA section at Target is like the smallest blip on their financial radar. Like they could care less about the $6 per figure they probably make when they sell them.
So yeah, guys, I was very jealous of Nerd Zoic because he actually was putting out a very similar content to what I started my channel off with, and his channel blew up. I felt like mine had been growing very, very well, but Nerd Zoic jumped in there and he hit the 10,000 and went surpassed that. So good job, Nerd Zoic.
Yeah, and got a store going. Is that right? We got a little Marvel Legends store going or something.
I think he's doing the Black Series too. So
Black Series too. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for jumping in. Thanks for joining the live stream, by the way. Hi.
So,
what's Bradley jealous of?
I don't know. All right, so I'm going to jump back in here and throw this in here just to show some more empty pegs. That makes you sad. I know it's not Christmas time, so Christmas time is when they fill the pegs up, but
oh man.
That's sad.
When I turn down the toy aisle and I see that, man, I just like you can probably just hear it in my voice on the toy hunt. You're just kind of like, oh, like this is not fun for anybody.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky's got something for you there, Mancave. I'll let you read on the side. It's for you.
Okay. I got you. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah. Hey, Ricky, hit me up are you on Instagram? If you're on Instagram, hit me up on Instagram. And if your name on Instagram is not Ricky, then make sure you tell me who you are. I have so many. I probably get 30 Instagram messages a day, like DMs from people that are within the community. And a lot of times they'll talk as if I know who they are, but their YouTube name and their Instagram names don't match. So I'm like, I have no clue who this is. But then they're like, hey, I'm so-and-so on YouTube. And then it hits me. It makes sense. Um, the Thor trying to petition Nerdzoic to sell him the Goro from Storm Collectibles.
Hey, Nerdzoic, I'm parenting right now. My kid's on here with me, so I'm good. Yeah. I'm good to go. Just bring your kid on there with you. Hey, you found a good stock of the X-Men House of X there, Mancave.
Yes. But that's been pretty common out there. That's been pretty common. So I hope those don't turn into kind of the Spider-Verse stuff did, like the Peter B. Parkers and
just certain figures staying on the shelf instead of. That's probably what is going to happen, and I'm hoping that the Omega Sentinel is one of them because I want 2 of that one. So it'll hopefully go on a sale price, and we'll be able to get that one.
You got to think. I mean, there's been a big gap for Legends, so I'm sure there's a wave that they've been able to get in. So
yeah, there was a huge gap. Those shelves were empty. I never thought that they were actually going to sell those Fox X-Men that were sitting there over Christmas. But you're not seeing those anymore.
Nope, you're not.
Yeah. Yeah, those things. I don't know what happened, but man, they were like the Wolverines, the Hugh Jackman Wolverines, and the Mystiques, and the Dominoes. I mean, there was just so many, and it was literally like 10 toy hunts in a row. There were 10 on the shelf, and then all of a sudden, literally within one toy hunt, they're all gone. So that was weird. I think they marked them all down, if I remember right.
I never saw them marked down, but they're definitely gone now.
I want to say the Dominoes I saw, they were $6, and then the next time I went back, they were gone.
Oh wow, $6? Jeez.
Yeah, because even my wife was like, "Why didn't you pick me up one of those for $6? Like, when do you see a Marvel Legend for $6?"
That's crazy.
Yeah, I skipped that.
All right, so Action Figure Expert says the best time to hit it up at Walmart is 2 a.m. to find the good stuff. And then Mr. Fantastic, have you guys been seeing AEW figures at all? Zach, you saw a few of them. I don't know what wave that was.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I mean,
Mancave, I know you found some of the good ones out there.
Oh, yeah. I've seen a lot of the pricey ones recently in fairly decent numbers. So even today I saw some when I went out doing a little hunting today. There was the Young Bucks, Rio.
Orange Cassidy and Pac.
I didn't see them today, but I've seen them recently multiple times at different targets. So I think it's almost like AEW kind of did like a trial run. Like, let's just send out, one box of each wave to each of the stores. Let's see what happens. And they just, bam, they were gone, and then on the aftermarket, every single figure was going for $50-$60.
So Jamal 2013 and Wesley both have the same point. It's very possible that those guys put them on, or Ollie's went and just bought them up cheap to get them out there. And X-Rhyme, man, I appreciate it. Have been loving these streams. Appreciate that. Something to look forward to on every Monday night. And Monday is one of the slower nights, according to YouTube, for watching. So that's why we chose that one, hopefully to get some more traffic on Monday nights for people to get some content out there.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the love, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Thank you for your support. Man. Wesley. So I went to an Ollie's today to try to find those Earthrise Optimus because I want a second one. I bought an upgrade kit for the Earthrise Optimus. I've got one, but I need one to put in truck mode. So Wesley has found them for $14.99. I thought they were $20. Mine didn't have them. I was so disappointed because I want to say that figure was either $29.99 or $39.99 at retail. I can't remember what the original price. When I bought mine, it was regular price. So yeah, those Earthrise Optimuses are very nice. $14.99 is amazing.
That's the one you have already?
Yeah, I have the Earthrise with the it comes with the trailer, and it's very G1-esque,
Have you heard of Dirt Cheap before?
Dirt Cheap?
Illmatic, where's that at? What city is that in? Is that a store somewhere? I don't know that one.
Oh, that's true. Earthrise was $50. It was $40.
Dang, that was a $50 figure?
Yeah, it was $49.99. But Ollie's is getting them in. I saw $20. The picture I saw, they were I think $19.99, but Wesley's saying they're $14.99.
That's a nice price, man.
Oh man, Wesley, I might need you to hook old Mancave up. Go back and pick another one of them up and let me Venmo you some money.
All right, so Dirt Cheap is out in Dallas, Texas. I have never heard of that.
I haven't either. I haven't heard of the Dirt Cheap. Is that just online, or is that like a physical store you walk in?
All right, so we talked about the wrestling. Here's just the basics that we're seeing on the shelves. Yeah. Which, basics are not bad figures. Their face sculpt's not as good.
Right.
And you said their articulation in their abs is not there, right?
Yeah, nah. But they're very clean looking. Like the figure is a very clean figure because you pretty much get the same head sculpt, and you pretty much get the same body mold. It's just minus the the abdominal crunch. But yeah, they're clean looking. If you're not worried about articulation.
I've never found anything in Ollie's interesting.
Wesley says he'll pick one up if they have it. Awesome, man. Yeah. Are you on Wesley? Are you on Instagram? If you are, hit me up on Instagram.
Hey, so why? I know these are the two most famous characters, but do we think that they overstocked this over all this time?
See, I don't know. I was having a conversation with somebody about Origins Wave 1, and their thought on it was kind of like, I guess they had heard this somewhere, that Mattel wanted to make sure anyone that wanted to jump in the line could jump in and get the two main characters right out the gate without stress. So it makes me wonder if they're not just continuously restocking these. I can't imagine that what I'm seeing on the pegs today are the same exact figures that I was seeing on the pegs in January.
And you hit the stores up enough to know whether or not they were there, if you recall what was in your previous videos.
Right, and they're there every time at every store. So that makes me wonder if maybe they're, restocking them. That philosophy makes sense to me. Like, why not keep your two main characters always stocked?
Well, I do know they are restocking when it comes to each wave. A new wave comes out, they put new figures out. With He-Man and Skeletor as well, so.
I gotcha.
I don't know.
So that's a good question. Is the He-Man and Skeletor in that same box as that wave 2?
That would make sense.
Maybe.
Like every box.
Okay, there you go. Ricky says they're in the new waves cases.
There you go. So that there you go. That answers the question.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to pronounce your name right, probably. Jamal 2013. I collected the 2000X line, and no, they didn't do that. But they did do the variants. So you saw a lot of the variant He-Man and Skeletors out there, the repaints, the different armors and whatnot. All right, and we talked about this, the fact that we are getting so many of the Toonie Terrors, Toonie Classics and stuff in the NECA section and the horror stuff, Back to the Future, but yet they can't get the NECA Turtles. And what do you guys think about the McFarlane Gold Label stuff that he's putting out there as Walmart exclusives? I feel like he is doing a really good job of actually getting exclusives on the shelves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. The Witcher stuff I've seen multiple times. The Spawn stuff I've seen multiple times.
You've seen the Batman a couple times.
Seen the Batman, yep.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're that difficult to find.
And maybe he's doing something right there. For a long time I was worried about his distribution, but with the gold label, he's actually doing a good job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mr. Fantastic says that he heard that as well about the He-Man Skeletor. Said Kyle Peterson went into detail about what Mattel's doing with the MOTU Origins. He works in sales, so that's okay. That's good to know. Kyle Peterson.
We talked about end caps. So, guys, make sure when you're out there hunting, this is a big thing that you're going to have to do in order to make sure you're finding everything that's out in these stores.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have to actually search through the electronics department and even search through the toy department and look at end caps.
Right.
Because you guys have found some crazy stuff on end caps that should have been like in the main section.
Yeah, especially in the electronics section, like looking for NECA stuff. They've become, I guess the NECA sections at Walmart are outgrowing themselves a little bit. So they're starting to spread them out end caps. And I've been to Walmarts where you got your NECA section literally at this end over where like the video games and all that stuff is. And then there might be an end cap like on the other end of the electronics section that has NECA figures on it. So don't just give up if you check the NECA section. Like, go ahead and check all the end caps in there.
But I felt that's usually where they put more of the bulk stuff, like where they get a lot of something in. I felt that's where they usually stick that stuff.
On the end caps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Captain Canada, at least you guys have Toys R Us's, though.
That's true, man. Golly.
Hey, so Mancave, I'm pretty sure, because I think I went to the same Target after you. There was an end capped in the toy section, like 3 aisles down from where our regular toys would be, and they had all kinds of the Baxter, Splinter, and the Crangs on that end cap. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So nowhere near the NECA section. The NECA section didn't have a single turtle in it, but they had those sitting on an end cap.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, guys, check out your end caps, because that is going to be a huge place for you guys to find something. Don't just give up just because you can't find something and because it's not on the shelf. Ask your Target employees, Walmart employees, kind of give them a hard time. Stay there for about an hour talking to them, become friends with them maybe. But also check those end caps.
Yeah. I don't ever look under the bottom shelves. You ever do that?
Yeah.
You ever open up the shelves?
A few times. I've never really had any luck, though.
I've never found. I've done it before. I've never found anything, but I don't.
Yeah, Rocker the Great supposedly finds stuff every single time he goes out there under a shelf. So either he has a dirty guy that's in those stores he goes to that just can't afford something and he's just throwing stuff under there, or Rocco's doing something to make his videos really good.
Yeah, he's definitely finding them. Mr. Fantastic said he's found Super Shredder on the end cap with the HDMI cable. So I guess they can actually get kind of spread into even other areas they shouldn't be.
Ricky said he finds toys in book bags, coolers, microwaves.
Wow, man.
So crazy.
People get creative, don't they?
Wesley, I'm with you, man. All I find is just a bunch of trash under the shelves whenever I look.
Yeah, that's me. Any of them I've ever opened, it's always just like trash and dust, like big old dust balls, and it's just nasty. So I'm like, even if I found something under there, I wouldn't put my hand in there.
Oh man, a Toys R Us with empty shelves, that makes you sick. That makes you totally sick, man. You cannot have a Toys R Us. That's like the nostalgia of why I got back into it, thinking about how full Toys R Us shelves used to be of toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, hide now, pay later. You're right about that. All right, man, I'm going to play one of your videos here from your last stream.
They returned it in a red box. So this is hilarious right here. But they like taped him to the back of the box. It's funny stuff. And then this one, I think that is a red Soundwave. But like he's just floating around in the box. There's his gun.
So figure swapping, holy cow. I mean, we're seeing this junk like crazy.
Yeah. So somebody bought a $20 red figure as well as that $5, like children's toy, Optimus Prime, went out in the parking lot, took the red figure out, didn't even put like the clamshell packaging, like the clear packaging back in, just took that $5 Optimus figure, taped him to the back of the box, and went back inside and returned him. Yeah, that blows my mind, man. You can't do nothing but laugh at it.
So there's a guy out on Instagram. I got some of these shots from there.
That's awesome.
It's called Figure Swap is what his name is.
Yep.
And you look at this and you're like, how can this even be real, number one, right? Can you find something this off that somebody actually allows somebody to return an invisible woman without a head in a box there? I mean, can you not turn the package over and just look at it and see something? They've got to have told their employees by now that this is happening.
I guess unless you have like a buddy who works there and you're just like, you make friends with them and you're just like, hey, I'm going to bring these in. Can you just return them? I don't know. I can't imagine anybody with common sense would return that,
Ricky said, I'm going to go buy a slice of cheese and put a piece of wood in and return it.
Hey, when you record yourself going in the back room, record that as well.
Yeah.
All right, Pinkerton, be good, man.
Yeah, thanks, Pinkerton.
Yeah.
Appreciate you joining, bud.
So we have definitely seen some of these on one of our buddy custom comics channels. He was out shopping and he saw, what did he see, man? He saw something in package and he was so excited about it. He's like, man, I didn't even know that they made this.
Was it a Wolverine?
I don't remember.
Was it a Wolverine head on an Ant-Man body?
It was so funny, whatever it was, and we were like, "That's not right."
I think it was an Ant-Man body with a Hugh Jackman head on it.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. And he thought it was a legit figure, but it was not.
That was awesome, man. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But the sad thing is that these things go back on the shelf for normal price originally.
Right.
I mean, did you see the price on those Transformers?
On which one?
The ones that you saw, the red ones.
Yeah, I mean they were red, so they're $20.
So that they didn't put it in the discount section or nothing.
No, there was no clearance tag on them or anything like that. No, I mean some kid is gonna mess around and buy them, thinking they're getting a figure.
Yeah. Or some parent thinking they're buying something cool for their kid.
Right. Exactly.
Hey, I know you love Ghostbusters, so I bought you a Zedmore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mancave, we answered this last week, but you have not done any garage sales, but you've done some flea markets and you want to do one again soon.
Yeah, I would like to do some of those. I think I'll probably hit up some here at some point. I'm gonna step away for just a second, guys. I'll be right back.
Yep. Yeah, Target employees and Walmart both would take anything back in their packages.
It's horrible. But then again, maybe they just don't care.
Or they're not told. I mean, you work in the retail kind of division, and if you saw something that wasn't in the package properly, you'd be like, nope, this has to go to salvage instead of putting it back on the shelf.
Well, yeah, reclaim.
And that's the crazy part is the guys that restock this stuff, they know the toys that they're restocking.
Mm-hmm.
So they know this isn't right. So I would love to hit up an estate sale one time. That's something that I have thought about going and finding hopefully an estate sale that actually has some old vintage toys and getting them for a great price. Going in and finding. I've seen that a lot on some channels. I've just never found an estate sale that has anything. But yard sales are cool if you can actually find anything there. It's very rare in my opinion. But flea market is probably the best way to go if you're going to do that kind of stuff.
Especially if it actually has a spot that has a bunch of figures at it. You might be able to find some cool stuff.
So Jay Zeus, you've seen figure swapping at GameStops too? Roger, you still like this turtle pack? You buy that anyway?
I mean, I feel like those are pretty much the same price as the NECA stuff, if not more.
Yeah.
So
I've seen some crazy stuff. I saw, and I don't even know if it's real. It couldn't have been real, but somebody actually cut holes in the bottom of a package for some legs and in the top of the package for this head, and they stuck the Build-A-Figure Giant Man in a pack and had it sitting on the shelf. There's no way that was real. No way. It couldn't be. I've seen Warpath, the Toys R Us exclusive Warpath. They swapped the new Warpath with the original, which was like a $75 figure.
Yeah, I don't get it. There's no way that stuff's real. I mean, and I'm assuming with that type of stuff, they probably threw it in the box, brought it into the store, stuck it on the peg, and acted like they found something, and just took it right back.
Yeah, Bradley, we're in the same house. We just get feedback whenever we're in the same room, so that's why we stay in separate rooms.
Mm-hmm.
GI Joe swapped out with who knows what that is. Got the Power Rangers there swapped out in a Cobra Commander box. This one really frustrates me. Your Cobra Island. Shoot, I forgot his name. You guys help me out. I can't remember his name right offhand.
Talking about, that's not Beachhead, is it?
Beachhead, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that is frustrating when that type of stuff happens. It's one thing, I mean, it's bad either way for them to do figure swaps and whatnot, but especially whenever it's one of the harder figures to find.
Mm-hmm. And you know what that's going to do for you, right? Because it's going to get scanned back into the system and say Beachhead's back in stock.
That is true.
Golly. Oh, geez. Action Figure Extra found something horrible in the package. That's not good, man. So, everybody had to buy multiple Robins to get all 3 of the Robins. And you don't need that Build-A-Figure torso anymore, so let's just throw a little yellow Batman back in the package there.
Yeah.
Got a John Stewart Black Panther here. Didn't know he was part of that group. And a 1960s Batman as part of the Justice League Steppenwolf Build-A-Figure wave. Yeah, we're one collection, Captain Canada. We have the same collection. So, however, Zach will say that my GI Joe collection and my He-Man collection is mine.
Well, I mean, it's a collection.
He doesn't care anything about that at all. So
one shelf. But yeah,
it's the bottom shelf.
Yeah, your extra stuff.
Got your old vintage or 5 points articulation leader there swapped out for the regular leader. At least they changed that with the same character, right? Leader for leader, right?
Yeah, but that makes it. I mean, that type of stuff, I can understand how that gets returned.
Yes.
So, if it's an employee, it's like, oh, yeah, that's the character. But still, no, it's horrible.
Dirty, like I said earlier, I've definitely seen it. And I don't know if they're real pictures, but I've definitely seen them swap out more expensive figures. So it made me think, well, you guys are idiots. Just because it's sitting on your shelf. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, it's either that or, like we said, it's just them faking stuff.
Yeah. Got your Sinister here, and I don't even know who that. I guess that's Sheekless. So you swapped out the Build-A-Figure piece and Sheikla, left Jeff the Baby Shark.
What's they got to leave the baby land shark for?
I don't know, man. Do you have the Marvel Legends Mach 1? Yes, we have Mach 1. Painting the white parts chrome, starting to look pretty good. Just wondered what you think of the figure. Zach, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, I think it's a great figure. I think it could use some, better metallic paint or not to it. I feel like it was in some places a little dull, but overall, I thought it was a pretty good figure.
Because that was a lot of reuse from the Beetle, right?
Yeah, the Ultimate Beetle.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, I think really the whole body was reused.
Yeah, I thought that one was kind of lackluster. I didn't exactly. I thought it was kind of cheap on Hasbro's part on that one.
I agree, but I still think it's a cool figure and definitely good for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah. Man, yeah, if you find a multiple man in a Sheikla package, you definitely have to buy that. Especially take it to the manager. Like, man, this don't match. I gotta get this at a discount.
Exactly.
Guys, tell me how this happens. How in the world do you redo a vintage package and put another figure in there? How can that happen?
I mean, was it sliced open? I don't know. I mean, because whenever I cut the vintage boxes open, I usually...
Yeah, you slice the plastic itself.
Yeah, and I probably put the figure back in and it's not going to fall out, but...
Yeah. That is true. But, do they like somehow get the glue to unstick and then kind of stick it back somehow possibly? Or do they just have it sliced open and they just don't even recognize it?
I don't know.
Man, Captain Canada, I've seen that too. You just that's the biggest part, is just taking the Build-A-Figure piece you want and then just bringing the figure back with junk in there. Hang on, Mancave. Got you muted. Did you mute yourself? There you go.
All right, cool.
So, Mancave, we was talking about the vintage. How in the heck do they figure swap a vintage?
Man, that's a skill there. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who can take like those blister card packaging like that, and they can take, like, I don't know if it's Goo Gone or whatever, but they can basically work that, package off without you being able to, even tell that it's been done. So whoever did this, they're a professional.
Hey, somebody in the chat earlier just said that they picked up the Captain Marvel from the Abomination Gamerverse wave. Is that this one or is that the other one? Yeah, this is the Gamerverse one, right?
Yeah, that would be the Marvel, yeah.
Yeah, so they crazy razor blade skills or the hair dryer skill. Yeah, definitely. So somebody just picked up this particular Captain Marvel figure, so you would have been good to find this one and ask for a discount. This is crazy here. This is the that's the Falcon That's actually an expensive figure right there. They got rid of.
With a different head.
Yep, put a different.
Why do you do that? I don't.
Makes no sense. Different Build-A-Figure piece too. That's not in that wave.
That's the man thing.
Yep. So Marvel would have been what? Century.
Marvel.
No, Marvel would have been what?
For what? What are you?
What wave was Marvel in? I can't remember that wave.
That was the Abomination Gamerverse.
Okay, he was part of that wave too. That's interesting. Hey, speaking of razor blades, guys, if y'all watched that trailer for the Shang-Chi, golly, check out Razor Fist. He looks amazing, and how in the world has he not gotten a Marvel Legend made for him yet? I don't know. So Riley Baba, do you? Oh, Ricky, he's talking to Ricky. He said all the things that you learn when you wander around the back stock room of a Target.
I'd like to try that sometime.
Wow, Dirty Varmint said that his his blister pack Storm was actually rang up for $0, but he was too honest, and they went back and fixed it to $19.99. That's crazy. And then here is the last figure swap talk about right here.
Is that a 3.75 inch?
Apocalypse.
That is a tiny Apocalypse in the Apocalypse AOA wave.
Yeah.
And then notice in the War Machine, there is a Nerf bullet.
Oh, wow. That's true. There is. And a Ninja Turtle Psy.
Ninja Turtle Psy there, yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a Hot Wheels car down there.
I think there is a Hot Wheels.
There is.
Yep.
So at least they match the greens up, though. You got the green stuff on the left side there that match him up. So that's pretty cool.
They did a good job.
So what's the worst part of our toy hunting nowadays? Is it finding these crappy figures that have been figure swapped? Is it not being able to find the product? Is it knowing that the product has already been picked up and the scalpers are getting it? That's got to be it, most likely. But
I think it's just not finding the product.
Yeah.
Not ever finding the product. I don't mind. I enjoy the hunt. Like, I don't think it would be as fun for me if I walked straight in Walmart and found everything I wanted and it was over. Like, the hunt, I enjoy, but there's just certain stuff like the NECA stuff and the Origin stuff that is so hard to find that it actually takes away from the fun because you're never going to find it. So that, that part I think that's the worst part, is just not knowing you're never going to find certain stuff.
And like I said earlier, the biggest thing for us whenever we were kids is that we'd go in these stores and there was no question that you were going to find something.
Right.
It was always there.
Yeah, things have changed a lot, I guess.
So do we think the employees are doing things, or do we just think it is actually scalpers?
It's probably a combination.
Yeah, I would say.
Depends on where they are, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's definitely going to be employees that want the product too and try to hold it for themselves.
And I'm not even saying that employees shouldn't be able to get the product. They should.
Yeah.
Just because you work at Target doesn't mean you shouldn't have an opportunity to buy the product. But I definitely think from an employee standpoint, they should never let an employee walk out with 5 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or 5 Rogue Retro card of Marvel Legends. I mean, like, there should always be, if you're an employee, there should definitely be a cap on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even saying that for us there shouldn't be a cap. I mean, I personally don't think me or Zack should be able to walk in a Target and buy 5 Krang figures.
Right.
There should be a cap on a cap. There should be a crap. There should be a cap on this stuff that's super, super hot, just to allow more people to be able to, to get it, whether it's 1 or 2 or, I've got a good buddy of mine who he does buy 2 of everything. He sells nothing. He don't even want to deal with eBay and Macari. So he sells nothing, but he buys 2 of everything because he wants 1 for in package and 1 to display out of package. So, maybe you do it as, 2's the max that anybody can buy, whether you're an employee or whether you're, just a patron.
But like you said, once you check out, you can go right back there and grab it again.
Yeah, yeah. And I actually like Mr. Fantastic's idea here is employees should not get first dibs. Almost like, whatever the street date is, 3 days or something. Yeah. There should be a period of time before employees can start picking and choosing, because they do have an unfair advantage. They have an unfair advantage on us, and they can go and buy this stuff up, stick it in the back before the doors even open. So
yeah, to me, probably my worst thing, just because, is the exclusives. I think that's my worst thing, and that includes the NECA too there, because it is an exclusive. So exclusives is my least favorite thing about the hunt right now.
But I feel like that goes along with hard to find, and that's usually is the exclusives that are, what's hard to find. So,
yep. Hey, what if they started doing like they did with Toys R Us back in the day with the video games, where you have to get the little piece of paper and take it up to the little kiosk, little cage, and get your video game from, or get your figure from the cage? That'd be something. That way they could actually monitor this stuff. Oh, well.
Yeah.
So, guys, that is it for this stream. I appreciate y'all joining us. Mancave, close us out.
Yeah, guys. So, hey, we appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with us and talking. Had a ton of good comments this week. It was a cool conversation. Hit that like button on this video. It helps get it out there for other people to be able to see. If you're not a subscriber to one of any of these 3 channels here, go ahead and go subscribe up and check out each of our content. We all kind of have a little bit of a different type of channel, so you definitely will get a vast array of stuff if you are subscribed to all 3 of us. And as always, drop comments even after this video stream is over. If you got comments you didn't get to say or mention, drop them in the comment section of this video, and we'll definitely respond back to those.
Zach, you got anything to say?
Not much. Just appreciate it, guys.
Yep. Guys, I appreciate y'all joining us for these live streams every week. This is week number 9 for our live streams, and I think they've been going fairly well. X-Figure Expert, you're right. People would just take all the tickets for the particular item and just not let anybody grab anything. Yeah. Appreciate it, Thor, for subbing to all 3.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it, man.
And guys, we will see y'all next week. Talk to y'all later.